Alrighty then.
Welcome to Indoor Fun.
Alrighty then. I wanted to do a little bit of positional play practice. So, and there's no better way than to use my target pool setup. Let me talk a little bit more about this. Stay tuned. Alrighty then. So let me talk a little bit about target pool. So this actually is a really cool. I bought this when I first had the table, and I used it to practice certain shots. And it's like a golf course, and you keep track. So you've got all these different holes, and they're basically different shots that you have to make. And then you have to basically make a shot, and then the cue ball goes, 1, 2, or 3 cushions and lands in the target area, and then you keep score. So you can do this, with a friend. You can do whatever. You can pick certain types of shots that you want to work on, and you can try to see how your accuracy can improve. So it's actually a really fun game. So I'm not going to take I'm not going to take any specific ones out of here. I'm just going to kind of take what I consider some of the classical positional spots and see how I do. The other since I'm talking about some of the stuff, this book here, the 99 critical shots in pool, actually has some really cool stuff in here as well, and it has similar discussions on 1, 2, and 3 rail positional play. So there's stuff in here that's actually in some of the holes, or the whatever you want to call them, some of the what do they call these? Some of the courses. I call them courses. Anyway, this is a really cool book. Yeah, so yeah, let me just to give you an idea. What do we got here? English and the cue ball, getting to the target, cheating the pocket, draw, riding the rails, all is not lost when banking. That's kind of cool. Around play. I think riding the rails is an important one, and I want to basically set up a few shots and show you what the goal is, and then see how I do. Anyway, stay tuned. Alrighty then, I know I've talked about getting to the middle, and that's one of the most important positional play strategies in the game, because there's a lot of back and forth, and getting to the middle gives you usually a very good shot with some angle on another ball. So I've got 9 balls, and I'm going to see how close I can come to the middle. All I'm going to be doing is just a little bit of a draw. I'm going to make the ball in the corner, a little draw off, kick English, little reverse running English, and bring it into the middle. A little bit light on that one. Let me see if I can't get one into the middle, the 5. Let's hit the 5. Come on, baby. Perfect, just like that. This is a really good drill, especially if you're using a new table you haven't been on before. This will give you the feel for the table. How hard do you have to hit it? There we go, back to the middle. Back to the middle. That one was just a little bit far, but not bad. I'll leave it there. I've got some more of these positional shot plays. Stay tuned, let me show you the next one. Alrighty then, here's a very common shot as well, where you want to basically make this in the corner, but then you want to go 1, 2, 3 rails back to the middle, because say you have a ball here that is blocking you being able to draw it back. So this is just a standard positional play shot in pool. Let's see how I do. Come on. Little too hard. I just got to get the feel for the amount of English and how hard to hit it. That's a pretty good shot right there. Let's try another one. Top left English. 1, 2, little, whoa, 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 too hard. Actually, that's a preview for another shot later. Let's do one more here. See if I can't get it in the middle. And then I'm going to show you guys the view with the Q cam. All right, here we go. Yeah, that one looks good. Come on, come on, come on. That's a really good practice drill right there. Let me show you what it looks like on the Q cam. Stay tuned. Actually, yeah, stay tuned. I'll set it up. Alrighty then. The new and improved Q cam. I've got it up a little bit higher, so let's see what it looks like. Okay, top left English. Try to get a nice stroke. Come on. A little bit short. Let's try it again. Let's chalk up. Okay, top left. Good follow through. And let's see how it ends up. Not too bad. Alrighty then. I forgot that was still running. But anyway, hopefully that turned out right. I'll edit the clip so you just see me talking here at the end, and maybe not seeing all my putting everything back together, taking it apart. But that kind of gives you an idea, right? Top left English on that, and a good follow through, and it comes, 1, 2, 3, 3 rails back towards the middle. Let me set up another shot. Stay tuned. Alrighty then, here's a really good positional play shot where you need to get position on a ball that's over on that rail. Ideally, you don't want to be in the middle because you're going to have a really hard shot there, but you want to come towards this area in here. So I've got the target there. So there's 2 ways, right? There's 1, 2, 3 rails back towards this 4th rail, or there's reverse running English off this rail back over to this area. So I'm going to do both of those shots. I'm just going to kind of alternate them maybe, and let's just see how that goes. See how I do. So when you have the shot, so say your angle's like this, that's not a very good 3 rail, but it's actually a pretty good 1 rail and then off here. So just a little bit of running, reverse running English, but not so much that you scratch. You got to be really careful here. Just on the edge, but it's good. I still have a nice shot there. So say your angle was more out, right, this way. So I mean, you could come reverse running English, come here and aim here, and that is another shot that you could do, right? My target could be over in this area, right? And I'm coming here, so a little bit more reverse running English. Well, in that case, I didn't get the actual reverse. That's why we practice. That's why we practice. To avoid this pocket, I needed to get more draw, and then the reverse running English. Like that. That's a perfect shot right there. Now I'm perfect on the 8. Let's go back to the original scenario where I'm aiming for this area. But now my angle, I don't have a good angle to come off of this rail. It's too steep. Right? It's more like that. It's too steep. Right? I could try that, but I might end up here with the cue ball, which is not a great spot to be. In this particular situation, it's better to go 1, 2, 3 rails over to the area, target area. So let's see if I can do that shot. Top left English. 1, 2, 3. You know what? I didn't hit the target, but I'm perfect for this. So let's see if I can't hit the target this time. Same idea. One, two, go, go. A little bit harder, little harder, little harder, little harder. Oh, it just rolled off. It would have basically just got onto the green. Let's try one more. I'm feeling lucky. I'm feeling lucky. So you have a shot like that. It's more steep, right? You don't have a great reverse running English. You're going to come right in here, maybe get out of position. So you want to basically use your top left and go 3 rails. 1, 2. Oh, it's got to go hard. It's got to go hard. Hard. Not hard enough. Anyway, that's another really, really good positional practice play that you can do. And do this with a friend. That's the best way to do this. Do it as a competition. Or just get a chalkboard, right? And see how many points you can get. Maybe give yourself 5 shots and then see how many points. That's the maximum of 25 points. And maybe try to see if you can improve it. So that's 2, actually a third because I talked about that one. Let me show you one more that's, I think, very, very important when it comes to pool and positional play. Stay tuned. Alrighty then, here's another example that I wanted to talk about. When you are shooting a ball and it's straight in, right? You could try to cheat the pocket to move this cue ball around. Or in this case, you can just use extreme draw, come off this rail towards this area and try to roll kind of in here. So this target could be here or here. You want to be kind of, I should say, you want to be in this area, but you don't want to come here. So you want to be here or here. And it really depends on this angle, right? So in this particular situation, I'm going to be coming off of here and I'm going to be kind of going kind of in this area. So you just don't want to overdraw it. You just want to make sure you get a nice, good draw. Let's see how close I can get. Not too bad. I have a half decent shot here, but I can do better. The good thing about this is it's pretty hard to draw the ball off of this rail all the way into that corner pocket. But let's see if I can get a little closer to it. That would be really extreme draw. Let's see if I can get it almost perfect. No, I didn't get, I drew it, but I didn't get great draw. And that's why we practice this shot. This is a really good positional practice shot. This time I want to get really good draw. There, that's a really good draw. Yeah, I would take that anytime. Let me show you just a different angle of that shot and see what it looks like. Stay tuned. All right, so in this shot, I want to get a ton of draw on this. I want it to come off of this rail over towards this target area. So let's just see what that looks like. Nice, good, solid draw. Just like that. I could even get more. That's not, I know I can do better. Okay. Extreme draw, part 2. Close-up view. Hopefully I can put this in slow motion and you can see the cue ball. There. That was really, really good. I really enjoyed that shot, and I'll see if you can let's see what that looks like in slow motion. There. That was really, really good. Actually, I'm going to reverse the angle, and you can see it from behind me, because I think it's really cool to see that spin. Anyway, stay tuned. All right, let's see if I can get some really good extreme backspin on this cue ball. Look at that. Almost perfectly. Almost perfect. Let's show it again. I'm going to use the 9 ball so that you see the spin effect. That would be a perfect shot, and I would take that every time. Stay tuned. All right, here's another positional play example that you have to be careful with. This is one where you just have to cut this in, but you want to get position over here, but you have to be careful, because if I just do like a straight cut, I could scratch here. So let me just show you what that looks like. So I just do a straight cut, and I scratch, almost. Plus I missed the ball, but don't worry about that part. So what you need to do in a situation like that is you want to make sure that you get the cue ball going towards between the second and third diamond, so that you come back through the middle down towards this second and third diamond. Right? So how do I get the cue ball over here? In this particular situation, it's almost natural, but I'm just going to give it a little bit of left spin, just to give it a little bit more angle off of that rail. So just a little bit of left spin, and it should be coming down through here. That's a little bit dangerous. So I want to be making sure that I don't get too much angle. I put just a little bit too much spin on that. I mean, I made the shot, I came through the middle, I came towards my zone, but I came a little bit outside of it. I really want to try to aim for the 5 and through this 5. And I think that's where this particular game is really, really helpful, because you can basically set up a whole bunch of balls, you and your partner. And actually, one way to do this is you set it up and your partner has to take the shot, and right, and then you know, and that way they have to adjust the amount of spin, the amount of English, top, bottom. You know, I think that would actually be a lot of fun. So let's just see if I can get this one perfect. So I know if I just hit this natural, it's going to be scratching here. So I need to give it just a little bit towards this diamond, and just a little bit, naturally it's going to be about here. A little bit of left spin, and it should come right through the 5 and this 5. That's my goal. Through the 5s. Let's go. Through the 5s. Okay, through that 5, coming to the other 5. I would take that all day long. So that's why we use this game, Target Pool, to set up shots, to practice like that. So that was actually a fairly natural angle. Let's make this more challenging, right? So, wow, yeah, I'm just going to do this right off the fly. Let's say, let's say my angle was steep, already steep, meaning it's naturally going to be going too far over here, and I could actually scratch over here. In this particular situation, I actually have to put a little tiny bit of opposite check English, right English, Let's see if I can get this going through the fives. Oh, this is gonna be tough. I like it, a tough shot. All right, just a little bit of Czech English through the fives. Not bad, not bad. I wanted to be a little, I checked it too much, but I'm still in a really good spot for that. Let's try that one again. And I find on shots like this, that when I'm sitting down on it, I want to visualize the cue ball coming through my area. So I know on this particular one, actually this one I don't need much check at all. This is almost a natural one. So just hitting it naturally, it should come right about here and follow through the fives. Let's see. Through the fives, here we go. There it is, through the five. Oh, to the three. Not bad. And I think that's where, I said this earlier, like setting up these targets and actually using the target pool, the different courses, setting those up with a friend, I think is the perfect game. And I would do it almost like you're playing horse, like basketball. You know, Mike Hogan Outdoor Fun episode where my buddy Mark and I played basketball. We played horse, right? So every time you make one, you get a letter. You want to spell horse first, or you can use any name, right? So you make it and he doesn't, you get a letter, right? And what I would do is, if I was setting this up with a friend, is you have the lay of the course, all the different courses in the book, and you set it up and you say, you need to make this shot. And if he makes it, great. If he doesn't, then he gets to choose a shot. And then the goal is you have to get it somewhere in the target area. Or you could be specific and say, you have to get it into at least the three. And I tell you, if you do that over and over again on a table, playing different shots, different scenarios, your positional play will get exponentially better. Anyway, that was actually kind of fun. Hopefully the video comes together and you get an opportunity, to go hang out with a buddy of yours. And I would order Target Pool. It's a great tool. It's a lot of fun. See ya. Thanks for watching. See ya.